Now let's just talk about the best way to do this pawn class that we want, default pawn, right? So you saw in last video we create a blueprint class from the game mode base that you can see. When we hover over this class, in parent class it says that it's derived from game mode base, and we create a pawn class that the parent class of it is a pawn. So in the game mode that we create, we set the default pawn to the pawn that we just create. So you see in here, default pawn class is BP third person pawn, that if we open it in here, let me open it, is this one. And with this icon that no, it is in here, you can see that this one is pawn. And if you hover over it in parent class, it tells you that this is a type of pawn. And you see the icon in here, no, it is a chair. Why? Because when we add a static mesh or a skeletal mesh or whatever that has something to show to the pawn or whatever blueprint class, it will show that 3D object in here, and it will show the pawn icon at the bottom right corner. So bear in mind, no, instead of just using this pawn class for default pawn class in our game mode, I want to create a character blueprint class. Why? Let me open up this pawn class, and you see in here we get the forward vector of our character, we get the location of that, and we add to that location along the forward vector of our character, right? We did this. But if we want to do it with character class, it has everything built into it. So Unreal Engine developer create this character class for us, so it can swim, it can walk, it can run, it can fly, it can do everything. And Unreal Engine developer create that for us. So for creating our character class, we can right click in here and again go to blueprint class, and in here, instead of the pawn, you remember in last video we create a pawn class, but now I want to create a character class. And the difference between pawn and character is that the character has movement functionality built into it, right? In the pawn class, we just can get the input, right? The difference between pawn and actor. In pawn, we can get the inputs, whatever they hit in their keyboard. We can get that. But in character class, we can get all those inputs, and we have a movement functionality built into it. So we can say move, we can say walk, we can say swim, and all of that. So let's just create a character class. Just click on character, and it will again create this blueprint class that first of all it showed this icon, and when we change its name and save it, I want to say BP for blueprint. I want to call it third person character, okay? And you can see the icon in here is like this human that is a character. And you should know that this character class is just derived from a pawn class and does have whatever a pawn class have. So because of that, if we save it, right click on it and save it, you can change the default pawn class from third person pawn to BP third person character, because both of them are just pawn. They both can get inputs, but the character can have some movement functionality built into it. So let's just compile and save this, and now let's just talk about this character class and what it has and how much it makes our life very much easier.